my sweet revenge. I was married for almost 19 years to a not-so-nice guy, let's call him Silas. Now Silas had gone to high school with a girl that was oh, so in love with him. We shall call her Valerie. It never seemed like Valerie was able to get over that Silas did not marry her. So much so that she did her ever-loving best to break up our marriage multiple times. Now, to be perfectly fair to Valerie, I did find out later that Silas was emotionally using and ill-treated her and telling her lies and stories about me for many, many years so that she would feel sorry for him and hate me even more. Therefore, Valerie's animosity for me grew. And grew. She started to deliberately try and break up my marriage, told me that it was a good thing I didn't have any children because I couldn't handle being a mother. This was a year after I had delivered my stillborn and had several miscarriages, and subscribed me to a year of baby magazines after having suffered yet another miscarriage. I donated the subscription to the labor and delivery department of the local hospital, and a couple of years later was holding my firstborn son. So we learned to move forward. I had called the magazine subscription and asked them why they were sending me the magazine and found out about the subscription that way. Anyway, that's just a short list of things that had happened. Well, after I finally had our second son, my ex decided the ill treatment wasn't nearly enough and jumped off the deep end of the mentally stable cliff. He had been pushing for things for years that I was so not comfortable with, i.e. open marriages, additional significant others, etc., but things turned to a far more my way or the heavenly highway strong undertone, if you get my drift. I left and sent my boys to live with my parents, while this legal mess that was left in the wake of the proverbial explosion was cleaned up. So, while I was rediscovering who this amazing person that is me truly is and what she is capable of doing, let me tell you. As Auntie Mame says, life is a banquet, and most poor fools are starving to death, and darn if she ain't right. If you don't know Auntie Mame, watch the Rosalind Russell version of the movie and thank me later. Silas immediately contacted Valerie and lo and behold, look who moved in before the divorce was even initiated. So, Silas had bought me all these outfits he wanted me to wear for other guys, and toys he wanted to use at certain upside-down pineapple parties, if you get my drift. Well, I finally moved out, got my own place, for the first time, mind you, and was thriving like the queen bee God created me to be. I got wind she had moved in with him, and I'm like, whatever. I mean dogs return to their vomit all the time, woman shrugging light skin tone, but then I got to purging my things. See, I sent my babies to live with my parents halfway across the country, and it just made more sense for me to uproot myself and move back to all of that rather than tear those boys away from that security they built. So I purged. Then, in the purging, I got to those outfits, the lingerie, and the intimate toys. And it got me thinking. I still had a box of his crap that needed to be sent to him. So, I cleaned and washed all of that. All of it. Then I folded the lingerie and outfits, and packaged all the toys nicely, and put them all in a Victoria's Secret bag and put Valerie's name on said bag, and put it in the box full of his crap. Then I had my pastor and elder deliver the box to his doorstep. I mean, I figured if she wanted my sloppy seconds so bad then she could have all the accessories as well, with my blessing, lol. Just a bit of a side note, she has since left him because he is such an dishwad, but she did try to reach out to me to try and figure out what went wrong with him. I'm sorry, but Noon can pay me enough to psychoanalyze my ex, thanks. Hope you enjoyed.